Your Prominent Evolution pump is equipped with a diaphragm rupture sensor that should be inspected on a daily basis. If your rupture sensor is signaling a failed diaphragm, maintenance should be done immediately. It is also recommended that the diaphragm be changed annually. In this video, we will be using an Evolution 1 to demonstrate how to change the diaphragm. The same process can be used for the Evolution 2, 3, and 4 pumps. Be aware that the oil drainage plug, oil, turret, and other pump components can become very hot. Take suitable safety precautions or allow the pump to cool down prior to performing maintenance. If the diaphragm has failed and is not changed fast enough, feed chemical may enter the hydraulic oil. If this were to occur, the hydraulic oil should be changed along with the diaphragm. Adhere to the safety data sheet for the feed chemical. Prior to servicing the diaphragm, make sure the pressure has been relieved from the system and the pump is flushed following the chemical safety data sheet. Once you are sure the pump is secure, you are now ready to drain the oil. You can see here we have our pump bolted down to our work table. Place your oil trough under the diaphragm holder and unscrew the pressure relief valve from the holder. Make sure you loosen by the innermost portion of the relief valve. While the oil is draining out of the diaphragm holder, inspect the sealing ring on the pressure relief valve and replace if needed. Set the pressure relief valve aside for now. Now we can move on to the removal of the liquid end. This process is easier if the diaphragm rupture sensor is removed and out of the way of the liquid end nuts. Once removed, you are now able to loosen the nuts from the dosing head. Be aware these pumps can overcome significant amounts of pressure. In order for the dosing heads to do this, a great amount of torque is required on these nuts. In the case of this particular pump, the nuts have been bolted down to 245 Newton meters. Therefore, removal of these nuts may require a larger breaker bar to break them loose. Use caution and verify pump is properly secured during this process. Carefully remove the liquid end and set aside. Depending on pump size and head size, assistance may be needed for this step due to the weight of the stainless steel head. Use an open-ended wrench to remove the holding screw from the diaphragm assembly and remove the diaphragm. Now we're ready to install our new diaphragm. Before installing, clean all surfaces, including liquid end and diaphragm holder. Carefully remove any dirt and also check the seal on the new diaphragm assembly. Tighten the diaphragm assembly with the locking screw just till it stops, but no tighter. Place the dosing head back on the screws and put the washers and nuts back on. Tighten the nuts in the order shown here and in 5 stages. It is recommended to wait a minimum of 2 minutes between stages. Torque ratings will change depending on pump size and pressure rating. It is best to refer to the data sheets provided with the pump to find the specific torque rating for your pump. Shown here is the rating for the pump we are working on. Once the nuts have been torqued down to the recommended rating, you are now ready to move on to reinstalling your diaphragm rupture sensor. Screw in the pressure relief valve with sealing ring and torque to the rating found in the data sheets provided with your pump. The pump we are working on calls for a torque of 80 Newton meters. Once torqued, place the protective cap onto the pressure relief valve. You are now ready to bleed the hydraulics.